Hello, welcome back to LIVENODING. In this episode, I want to show you how you can snap objects and any kind of procedural objects in object mode using nodes. And we will be using SVerchok nodes in this case. So I'm using Blender 4.0, and we know that with 4.0, you can actually use geometry nodes and snap anything into 3D cursor, but only works in edit mode or uh, not in sculpt mode, just only in edit mode. So an example, so if we have this object and we do like bevel here, Control B. If we use like, we can use this tool and it will snap the 3D cursor, or actually, in this case, I just use the normal mode selections and then shift right click. It will snap the 3D cursor, and the 3D cursor of course need to be in quaternion in order for this to work. And with geometry nodes, if we want to use this as a tool with 3D cursor, we already seen this before. Shift A, 3D cursor, Shift A, cursor. Okay, we got location rotations, and we want to join a new object. You know the drill. It's a lot of steps, but I'm just gonna show it to you again. Join geometry. Let's say you want to have a cone. You want to translate. You want to transform the cone. Transform the cone using the translation from 3D cursor and from the rotations that need to be converted. Quaternion to Euler. Rotation to Euler. This goes in there. Join with the original geometry. Goes in there. So whatever this cursor is currently at, if we go to edit mode and we run the tool, it's gonna snap it there. So let's play around with this idea. Okay, so we already know this, and this works really well, but only works inside edit mode. If we are outside, what can we do? We cannot use the 3D cursor and the tool that we have. Let's save this as remote control matrix. So if we want to control things in 3D mode, we need SVerchok nodes for now. So SVerchok have a lot of really cool nodes. Let's show you the quick one, the easy one. Okay, we want this 3D head to snap into this part of the face, for example. You can of course F3 and then 3D cursor. You can snap active objects to 3D cursor, actually selection to cursor, so you can snap it like that, but orientation is not on by default. So using SVerchok nodes, you can in SVerchok you can Shift A and then click on the search, or you can also use Option spacebar. So Option spacebar will give you direct selection nodes. So we can use a 3D cursor as input. So there is 3D cursor to vector in and 3D cursor to matrix input. We need the second one. This gives you the position matrix, the transformation matrix of the 3D cursor, and we just need to plug this into Suzanne. How can we do that? So again, Option spacebar, use object remote control, get our Suzanne. So, and just plug this. Now Suzanne snap to the matrix perfectly. Okay, so it's really interesting, right? Now let's get this second Suzanne. We want to put it on a different matrix. One caveat: this matrix input is not updated on the fly. I wish you can update this on the fly. For now, we just need to call it again. Snap the head there, right? Duplicate Suzanne. We want to remote control this Suzanne with the new matrix. Like there. So I wish this matrix input can be live, and normally SVerchok, lots of nodes in SVerchok does that. You can probably script it as well. So if you ask Bart AI, I need Blender Python that simply snap selected objects into the position and orientation of 3D cursor. Please convert the quaternion rotations into XYZ rotation, Euler. So we ask this into Bart AI. Hopefully Bart will give us what we want. So yeah, so object remote control and the matrix. That's all we need. If you actually want, this, let's make this a little bit. Yeah, make it like this, and then we put the 3D cursor over there. For example, if we want procedural objects, we want to do that on the fly using SVerchok. You can use mesh viewer. SVerchok work like this, and then you use again 3D cursor to matrix. We already have the 3D cursor there, and we just need to place something. So option cylinder, let's use our cylinder, procedural cylinder in SVerchok. So we get cylinder there. It's not on the floor, it's not on the base, so we need to turn off the center. We got all that we need pretty much. Okay, so yeah. So if I move the 3D cursor again, unfortunately this doesn't update itself. And yeah, as you can see, that's actually, this object is still live. We need to bake it. There's actually, oh, in this case, just duplicate it. I think that's the easiest. And then we move the 3D cursor over there. Call the matrix once again. Up, refresh it. So we have the second one. This one's still alive. It's a live object. There's a benefit for that. So now we're gonna duplicate this. I already placed a new 3D cursor there. Oh, yeah. There's sort of hotkeys there. Now we can control the new cone. If you ever want to slide the matrix, you can use matrix math. And with the matrix math, of course, you can get also, you can have this ability to slide objects in real time in 3D mode. See, it's all super handy. You can also rotate. This is of course going to be quite reactive. Everything is kind of like interactive. Yeah, there's a good thing and a bad thing, but anyhow, it's really good for blocking, I guess. So I move it there now. We don't, if we use this a lot, maybe I delete this, right? There is a way, if I'm not wrong, I haven't used this for a while, presets. You can save a node preset in SVerchok. Manage preset, save preset, call it snap object. Oh yeah, okay, this is Blender 4.0 and SVerchok probably not been updated for that. Anyway, I can delete that object, right? So let's say, because we want to, yeah, we want to be able to just do that on the fly each time. Let's use a torus again. I will show you anyway. Build from scratch is not that, it's not that hard. You can just do this very quickly. If you just want to create the tool, so mesh viewer, this, select this, and tab V, connected, and matrix. That's all we need. So again, this guy is probably kind of in the middle of the object. You need to use the bounding box and kind of put it on the floor, things like that. Okay, matrix in, then matrix math, and just, you can always offset it manually. If you don't want to do this manually, you can get the bounding box of these objects and then offset it halfway. Okay, cool. So that's basically what I want to show you. You can object remote control and then snap it to the matrix. It's so easy using nodes. All of this should be, eventually it's going to be automated, and it's going to be, can be like a macro kind of thing. SVerchok nodes generator, this is like, yeah, it's this is like super handy. Actually, you can have multiple objects, so you can have 3D cursor over there now, and we have mesh viewer, and then maybe Suzanne. Okay, we have Suzanne, and then we just need to have our 2D cursor to matrix. And then now we have Suzanne there. It's pretty easy. If you want another Suzanne, duplicate this. Oh yeah, by the way, control spacebar will enlarge this area, so we can always come back to that. But control option spacebar, everything disappear. Be careful with this control option spacebar. You can always use F3, by the way, and then just toggle full screen. Toggle full screen. Which one? This one. Be careful. Toggle full screen area. This one will hide everything. You cannot come back unless you use control option spacebar. Anyway, this is second Suzanne, and we want to have the matrix option spacebar, 3D cursor to matrix, plug this into the matrix. We got Suzanne there. And then you don't stop there. Actually, if you really want, you can always do more. Matrix math. If I'm not wrong, this location can be aligned. SVerchok is actually really powerful in that. You see, it's an array. You can center the array. You can place Suzanne that way. You can do multiple times. Rotate this 90 degrees. Okay, you don't want to rotate that way. 1 0 0. Rotate Suzanne minus 90 in the X directions. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do here, really, like random number. Eventually the geometry nodes should work this way as well. So you're creating the tools on the fly. It's pretty powerful. So how many Suzanne? Okay, 6 Suzanne, not too much. Okay. Yeah, anyway. that should explain what's going on. This is supposed to be 12 Suzanne. You can randomize on the fly. Yeah, that's all I want to show you. It's pretty basic. Yeah, I keep forgetting that SVerchok, with SVerchok you can have multiple nodes, 3 inside it, and you can have multiple outputs, so everything is pretty much real time. You can always use different generator, sphere, cylinder. What else is pretty good? What else is good for this? Maybe a grid, even a grid. So instead of Suzanne, you want to place grid plane, plug it there, center the plane, adjust the plane. So this could be handy for a lot of things, right? Since we have a plane, you can always drag and drop objects there. It will actually snap. It will snap to whatever here we have. If it's a plane, we can extrude region, maybe. Yeah, it's gonna be slightly complex sometimes. Anyway, we just want to extrude that. So we have this area, and we can place Suzanne on that. So you can actually drag and drop Suzanne and get some kind of orientation just simply by dragging and dropping, right? That's also, it's creating duplicates of the original objects, but again, being able to have this type of control is really powerful. So once we have this, an array of Suzanne. So this is an array of Suzanne. Duplicate it. We want this array on this new place. Delete the original matrix there. 3D cursor to matrix. Plug the new one. Okay, now we have it like that. That's not what I want. It needs to be rotated the other way around. So matrix multiply with this. Rotate it that way, 90 degrees. Control the length. Control the number of Suzanne. Maybe it's not supposed to be Suzanne. Maybe it's supposed to be like a box. Plug in the box. Okay, that's the array. It doesn't need to be line. It could be like a circle as well. Circle mesh. Plug this into that guy. Yeah, it's orient. Yeah, a lot of things you can do. But anyway, that's it's more or less really probably for the layout artists, or if you're doing modeling and just want to quickly arrange things, align things with the help of 3D cursor. This is the way to go, I guess. It's pretty handy. Okay, so hopefully you find this useful. Okay, one more thing. This thing also can be used to quickly place objects, and especially in Blender, in the latest Blender, you can snap things very more easily, right? If you have created something there and you want to, this is only in Blender 4.0, and then you have this, you have created this box and you want to snap it there. One way to do it is to use this new, go to face, and then you want to snap this. You can use B, select that corner, and then just snap it into this edge. There, right? It's totally snapping to it. You can have these objects, and then you can move it, and then tap B you can snap this to any area. So you can duplicate, tap B, select that corner, and then shift D, shift R to repeat. Yeah, right. All kind of ways to snap, and then just to place objects next to each other. So yeah, pretty cool. Okay, so that's pretty much everything I'm going to show you. It's basically SVerchok stuff. Hopefully you find this useful. SVerchok and 3D cursor very powerful once you figure out the way around it. So thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.